Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Pisces. If Pisces is your solar, lunar, ascendant / rising sign, then this is a message for you. All right, let's get started. And so tonight our card is the Nine of Cups, which has everything to do with happiness. Okay, and let's see what these tea leaves have to say. Okay. And so if you have not subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit the little bell. It'll let you know when the next videos are coming out. It is free to subscribe. So immediately, right off the top, I am seeing a person here that is wearing some kind of horns, antlers, some kind of maybe headdress, or maybe as a Taurus person. I think of maybe a bull priest, right? Some holy person or being, somebody who you experience as quite elevated spiritually, somebody who feels quite awake, right? And it is tied very much to that bull, the horns there. So also somebody that it seems that they are maybe a leader of some kind, or they have a personality that is quite commanding. I imagine there is a deep and profound, a deeply vibrant energy that just kind of, it's a current, right, that kind of flows through them, and very fiery indeed. Now we have another person right here, okay, and it looks like they maybe have a robe or a dress on, and they're holding their hand up, and I almost feel like it's kind of either pushing away, but also kind of chasing after, right? Trying to grab. And we also have the moon in between. Okay, so this is, I feel, not only kind of a spiritual connection, but I do think that maybe if this is a kind of amorous love, or deep friendship, there it seems to go through a lot of waxing and waning. I think there's an amount of quarreling, or maybe just having trouble sometimes getting into the same headspace, aligning the emotions, kind of coming together as a team and being able to have a shared goal and actually kind of make things work to go forth and achieve that goal. It's somewhat troubled, okay? So I feel like there is this desire to figure this out as well as can be done, right? I don't feel like you're just super like, I'm over it, I'm done with all this back and forth, although it can feel like that. I think that there's still very much a devotion to this dynamic, to this relationship. But I don't know that it's even, it may be that it is a love an amorous love relationship. And what does that mean? Kind of a romantic, you know, or partnership with somebody, a spouse, or, you know, or somebody that you share your life with, right? But this could be that it is also maybe family. I kind of almost wonder if this is with a child, like a child, an adult child, or somebody who has been, maybe that you have raised or helped raise in some capacity. I feel like it's kind of like always trying to get in a place where you both can kind of express yourself, hear each other, you know, be able to live in a kind of harmony. And even though you both probably try very hard, it's like, it's just, there's something in there that leads to disagreements and maybe speaking to each other in a way that can feel disrespectful almost. Well, hello, I thought you just left. Can you say goodbye now? Come on. Come on. Oh, sir. Oh, I cannot tonight. I love you. You gotta go find your bed. Praying very hard. I am sighing big sighs right now. Not feeling the best, and now my daughter is not feeling well either. So we just got back into primo health, feeling, you know, out of the cold and flu stuff, and now it's like, it feels like another round of it. But I guess that's how it is with these younger kids. They have a lot of germs they like to share with each other. Okay, so we also have an eye right here. And I feel like, you know, whatever the current events have been, it seems like it's like you're feeling very, having a lot of clarity about this situation. And I think that it's like, you know, I see things for what they are, but I really continue to choose to be happy. I'm trying to find a way for everything to kind of sort itself out with my help as much as I can. And I really feel like we will get to a place where everything is going to make sense. This period of kind of growing in different directions, it will pass. And we will once again begin to speak the same language, right? We will be reunited in our bond. And, you know, I think it feels like to you that this will be sooner than later. And that's probably true. I really don't, I feel like this is not a relationship where things are so out of hand that it just is like, okay, now you really got to think about what's really going on here, you know, and what, is it worth living like this? No, I think this is kind of like, it just doesn't, it's just not like getting into that place where everything clicks, right? I think it, but there's not ill will there, you know. I think it's the real big problem, and this is what I keep hearing as I'm thinking about this, I keep hearing this like, they're not listening. Right? You're not listening to each other. And the communication is just off there, right? And I think you're probably very focused on things in your personal life. I mean, this is part of your personal life, but in the life that you are in charge of, right? The things you need to do. I think that is where a lot of your attention is. And let's continue I want to move this so we can see maybe if we get some more clarity here. So I have it looks like a big moth, and then I have some people standing down here. I have some people standing here, one here, one here. This one looks like an angel with the wings. Okay. And then up here, to me, maybe this is an angel as well. I thought, oh, this looks like a big moth, like the head of the moth, and then the body, and then kind of the wings back here. So, when I see the moth, I really do. I feel like there's a sense of, well, the attraction to light, right? But also, it's kind of the precursor to some kind of revelation or some kind of like prophecy, some kind of omen, auspicious or otherwise, maybe something a little more, a little more ominous, okay? But at the same time, I'm looking down here and it looks like we have a person here. We have a person kind of lifting up and it looks like a crown, okay? And then we have this angel. So I feel like it's almost like there's 3 signs coming through, okay? And I think that the first 2 ones will feel like they're coming through people, okay? Because this is more earthly. And kind of almost, I think, by accident, anyways, it feels like it. Everything is as it should be, right? So, there are no accidents really. But I do feel like it's going to kind of come into the front of your consciousness, almost feeling like, oh, this is a coincidence, but it is a synchronicity more likely, right? And I feel like these 2 signs will definitely speak to you so directly. And we have the crown. So I keep thinking it's like, well, and immediately I'm thinking about Ash Wednesday coming up soon. It's still a few weeks away, but I almost feel like this is something. It feels like it is something golden. I almost feel like, okay, so I almost feel like there is somebody in your family who is kind of was of your age group within the family, cousins, siblings, maybe some aunts and uncles that were more around your age, nieces, nephews around your age. I almost feel like it's like a golden child, the favored child, kind of the favorite kid, in the whole bunch, right? And I don't know that it was you. I don't think so. I don't mean to lie. I was like ranking down towards the bottom out of all of my family. Probably still, right? But yeah, it feels like kind of the golden child. And I almost wonder if it's going to come through them in some way, having to do with them. But it is a sign, and you will see it will happen, and you will think, this is really, I can't believe this, right? It just, it is part of this deeper awakening that is happening. Now, we also have the angel right here, okay? And so, definitely just pure kind of revelation. And this will be something that comes through dreams, through visions, through meditative work. But this will feel like truth, right? Like finally there's relief of some kind in your life because it seems so profound. It changes the paradigm for you. The way that you look at some aspect of your life that seems really important, actually, will change. And there will be really light shed. And not unlike on the card here, we have the light from above, right? This divine light filling the cups of happiness. And so, you know, I think that this is something that lightens your heart. Okay. And I think that so much about what is happening right now for you is this need to like just kind of let go of some of the heavy stuff that you have been carrying. It's like your pockets are full of rocks, right? And you just want to let go of some of it because you absolutely are drawn to this sliver of light, right? That is just shining down from the heavens, from the divine, from the cosmos. And maybe, you know, you don't think of yourself as like a light worker or somebody who dwells in this kind of solar energy or the energy of, you know, cosmic consciousness or the divine light, right? You know, which by the way, I at times, most of my life, I think, I wouldn't consider myself a light worker. Even now, I don't know if I do. I know what I work with the light, definitely. But I'm a very much of a night side person, right? I'm the lunar, the hard things. I do not steer away from, you know, some of the terrible. I feel comfortable there. That's what I know, right? You know, but in a way, yeah, we do. The light is woven through us. It comes from us. It is in the core of every atom, right? In the entire universes, and so. Yeah, we can't help but kind of be what we are in some ways. So, you know, I always kind of experience Pisces as being a little bit more of somebody who isn't afraid of the light, it doesn't necessarily avoid it, but is also comfortable with some of those darker night side themes, right? So to be really drawn to this work, to this self-evolution in this way, or this cycle, you know, it's the cycle of aspects of existence, of consciousness, of manifest and non, right? The above, the below, the below, the above. This work, but being very drawn to this certain period of time where it really is the sun is there, right? The light is there. The solar energies, I should say, and so, yeah, I feel, you know, you are being attended to by these energies, these kind of guardians, these kind of daemons, right? And that means higher self, not demons, or not demons, daemons. And you're in tune. Now, we also have, here we have the rabbit, okay, kind of sitting there, you can see. And so we're saying goodbye to the rabbit, aren't we? Just in a couple days here. I think maybe this weekend might be the lunar, I don't know. I know it's coming up. I know it's on one of the weekends, I'm pretty sure, at least where I'm at. And so... we're going into the year of the dragon, but we have these last days of the rabbit, and the rabbit is so good. This abundance, right? That we have gained, this deeply holistic experience that we have had to kind of, crawl through. And that seems maybe like, what do you mean, the reality is something holistic, I think, is we get this idea of like, this like kind of new agey, like granola-y, like everybody's heart is healed and everything is like super cool, man. And, and I think that is an aspect of it, right? But the holistic experience, healing of self, doing, karmic work, and so on, awakenings and revelations and so on and so on and so on. This is I don't even know what's the word. It is a sometimes horrifying, a sometimes brutal, heartbreaking, devastating, almost impossible experience. The wholeness of existence, of our experience, both as physical beings and as, the many other things that we are, right? Spiritual, emotional, so on. There is the spectrum of things. There is a darkness, that is there, and often accompanied with a lot of suffering, a lot of problems coming about in our lives, and often us kind of even employing our own problems as ordeals to continually try to get out of a loop, right? We continue to replay patterns in our lives when we can't figure out how to, process it, integrate it. And so, although a holistic year, this year of the rabbit, this abundance, this life, this fertility, this, great energy, walking both in day and night as the rabbits do, some of it has been very hard. And that is, we can't ignore that, right? It's been a difficult year for a lot of people. But I think it also has been a year where more people than ever have been so very motivated to take control of their own lives, to do the hard things, to be brave and come face to face with making these most difficult decisions. Figuring out what you need to do, sticking to it, honoring yourself, advocating for yourself, fighting for yourself. A lot of healing happening. Maybe it's been slow, but it has been there. The progress is there. And so, I think a good time to really look upon this year, and even if it has been one of the worst of your life, and I get that, I hear you, I see you. We got to find that place of gratitude so we can close this thing off. Move into that dragon space. Take what we have learned. Take what we have been such diligent workers and warriors, brave, through our efforts, what we have gathered for ourselves, take all of those things and form them into something that is otherworldly. I think of the dragon as, it's just the air, the fire, putting the passion into something so thoughtful it is unstoppable. Creating your own opportunities in your life and not taking, continued rejection or failure or no, and I'm talking about within work and with the material world here. Even within self, we run into walls with ourselves a lot. We do. But this next year is not going to be, we're in the year, but this next lunar year, right, it's going to be about doing something with all of this. All of these things that we have collected. Physical, emotional, spiritual. There's a maturity here. There's a wherewithal here. Can't be stopped. Now we also have, we have 2 birds right here on either side. So yes, the messaging coming through, and I think it will be so important. Look for these signs, these symbols, these synchronicities that will be coming through, and definitely this angelic interaction. Okay, because it's there, and you can feel this in your life. I know that you can. It's not TT. Sorry, it's not her. Okay, now I just want to go over here and look at this one last part. Now, where are you? What are you doing? Don't lick me face, please. You little lovely. Okay, go, go, go. All right. Okay, so I see a person here, and it looks like they're wearing a it looks like a circle, right? I was going to say maybe it's a diamond. It reminds me of a diamond. A diamond, okay? And then we have an animal here who looks like it is maybe barking, okay? And it feels like there's this real, well, we have the bird here. So also a rooster. So it feels like an alarm going off, right? All of a sudden everything is loud and shocking. The dog's barking and going wild. The rooster is crowing, cock-a-doodle-doing, and there's just a sense of urgency. But I think that I think this is all related to this messaging coming through too. I just feel like there's like I feel like at times you have these moments of just deep anxiety, terror, like not knowing exactly how things are going to play out. Maybe even worried about just I'm trying to think, without, I don't like to invoke fear or make you think about things that, because these are some of the things I've always, I always worried about most of my life, right? Paying the bills, paying rent, the car, not breaking down, and I feel like if these are things that are happening or not, you still find yourself worrying about them, right? Like it's deeply ingrained into this anxiety cycle that you have. And I think this is one of the big motivators for you, why you have really been on this kind of spiritual self-healing path, because you're tired of living in this sense, this feeling of Christ. Oh, no, don't rip off the thing. You're not pulling it down. She pulled it down a few weeks ago, and she's not going to do it again. So anyways, I feel like you've been living in this crisis mode, right? And it really, even when there's nothing, right? It's just kind of normal things happening. So I see the illuminated candle 3 times. So I really think it's like this push towards finding a way to not dwell in that space where, it's just kind of sinking in, like it's kind of an oppressive feeling. Really, really pushing back. And doing things, I think that, and I see over here, maybe you like doing some kind of, I don't know, like a ball game, maybe soccer, or I guess football, I should call it. But there's a heart up there. So maybe some kind of, activity that you really enjoy, right? And using it as something that is kind of a positive distraction for you as well. Okay, let's see. No, you can't. I love you so much, but you have to go. Why don't you go to bed with Daddy? He's in there. He's waiting for you. Go see Poppy. Okay, let's see. Now we have a spoon. Right up here, we have a spoon. We have a little rosebud. She's singing the song of her peoples here for you. Okay, so we have a faucet as well. We have a spoon, we have a faucet, we have a rosebud. Rose water. No. I feel like almost like you're stirring something. You're making something. I almost feel like you're figuring out maybe a recipe or something. I can see you kind of like tasting it, almost like you're trying to do something that maybe was a family recipe, trying to remember how to get whatever this dish is that kind of, maybe it was like a holiday dish or something somebody in your family used to make a lot. And I feel like this is like a labor of love for you. You really are finding almost kind of a meditative state as you are cooking. And I think this is a place that is happy for you. This is a happy place for you. Yeah. Okay, let's see. This is getting long, this one. We're going to do the Mystique of Magdalene by Cheryl Rose. And I'm just going to go ahead, flip through here. We're going to see, it says, I knew it was going to be one of these. What does it say? Renesse les Bains. I don't know how to pronounce that. But it says replenish and recharge. Replenish and recharge. And here we are by some kind of fountain. I don't know what that is. I have to look it up. Replenish and recharge. So that aspect is important. All right. Well, TT, get your bum off of there. Come on. Come with me. Oi. So, Pisces, I'm trying to get this little beauty over here, this little beast. She's the beauty and the beast, huh? You're in a mood tonight. Everything is off with with everybody kind of not feeling 100%. So now the cats are running amok, even more so than usual. They know when we're feeling a little bit weak, don't they? They're going to rise up here. So anyways, I want to tell you thank you for spending this time with me. It's always such an honor to be able to bring these messages to you. If you'd be so kind as to like the video, it really does help the channel a lot. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit the little bell. It'll let you know when the next videos are coming out. It is free to subscribe, and if you would like to leave a comment, please do. I read them all. They mean a lot to me. They really do. I love hearing from you. So I love you. Take care of yourself. We'll talk in just a few days.